Hi Mark, nice seeing you again. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
Pretty decent.
How do you feel about filling out a questionnaire today?
I'm okay with it, yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be the psychoactive drug history questionnaire. It's just going to go over past and current drug use, help us get an understanding of what kind of things you've taken part of, and leading us into a direction of what services you might need and how we can help.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
That is.
Okay. So I'm just gonna ask if you've used and how much you've used in a certain period of time, and then just other notes about it, like when you started using, if you're comfortable answering those. If you're not, you can always deny any of it, or refuse, sorry. And we don't have to fill it out if you're not comfortable with it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
So the first drug type that we're going to go over is alcohol, beer, liquor, wine. Have you ever used that?
Yeah.
In the past 12 months?
Yeah.
Okay. And in the past 90 days?
I guess a certain number would be tough to figure out, but
Yeah.
I guess a couple beers.
We also have the calendar over there if you want to.
I've just been looking back at it, trying to figure out
Okay.
a couple days. Maybe 3 times a week. There was a couple times, it was only twice. I think probably 40 in the last
40?
90 days, yeah.
Okay. And how long since you last drank?
Last night.
Okay. And how much would you say you're drinking each time in the past 90 days?
Usually around 5 beers.
Okay.
I guess whatever's cheapest.
Yeah, it can get pretty pricey.
Mm-hmm.
And how old were you when you first started drinking?
I guess I started drinking when I was 18.
18?
I guess it was last year of high school, wanting to fit in.
Yeah. Would you say it was more social?
Yeah, it was definitely something I did a lot more, but I really liked to get drunk at parties. It was definitely something that I enjoyed. But I usually don't have more than 5 drinks usually at a party.
Right. Would you say that your use has kind of decreased since high school?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Okay.
Decrease, sometimes increase. It's very.
It fluctuates. Yeah. All right. Thank you for answering. So the next category is going to be crack cocaine, also known as coke. Have you used that in the past 12 months?
No,
No?
but I have used it in the last. Well, wait, no. I guess yeah. Sorry, my bad.
No worries.
It was I used it within the last 3 months.
Okay. And how many days of the past 90 days would you say you've used crack cocaine?
It was probably 6 months ago. I don't use cocaine often, but I have a few friends who have good contacts and good sources to get it quickly.
Okay.
But it still feels fairly risky.
So sorry, just to clarify, you haven't used it in the past 90 days?
No.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm
No
bad.
worries.
I can't. The calendar is looking a little weird to me.
That's totally fine.
I haven't used.
In the
sorry.
past 90
have
days.
And haven't is 2 words.
That is totally all
So
right.
it's
There's
it's
a lot
right
of
the first time.
There's a lot of different time periods. It's hard to get it right every time. So yes, in the past 12 months.
Wait, sorry, I haven't used in the last 3 months.
You haven't used in the past 3 months.
I would say 6 months ago was my last use.
Okay, so yes in the past 12 months, but no in the past 90 days.
Mm.
Okay, sounds good. And that's just socially, you said. You have friends that have contacts.
Yeah, friends have good resources.
Okay, sounds good. And you wouldn't be able to tell me how much each time, or?
Not a specific amount. I guess I don't know.
Not really sure.
I'm quite unsure.
Okay. So the next one is going to be amphetamines and other stimulants.
No.
No? The next would be cannabis. So that would be weed, smoking bongs, joints, hash, any of those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the past 12 months?
Yes.
Okay. And in the past 90 days?
Yeah, most definitely. I find it like hard to sleep most nights without it.
Okay, so you're using it quite frequently?
Yeah, like I would say maybe probably 85 times within the last 90 days.
Okay, sounds good. And when would you say the last time that you
Yesterday.
used? Okay. And how much would you say you're using? Also, how are you consuming cannabis, and how much of it would you say?
Usually through like bongs or like edibles. I usually have a few hits before bed of the bong, and then like maybe 1 or 2 gummies. But I also like don't really pay attention to like the THC label. I just kind of smoke it.
Okay, so kind of like an unknown amount, but
Yeah.
few hits. How many gummies would you say you're having?
Yeah, like, yeah. Sorry, were you asking me how many gummies I'm having now?
Yeah, how many gummies would you say? Like when you have it, how many edibles would you say you're having?
Well, I typically take like the 10 milligram ones, so I would say like maybe 3 of those.
Okay. Have you ever used benzodiazepine? That could be something like Xanax.
I used Xanax
Okay.
in high school, but nothing within the last couple years.
Okay. So
'Cause,
nothing
like,
in the past 12 months?
No, because as I was like mentioning, high school was like 5 years ago for me, so
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really used it since then. And again, it was more like a social factor.
Okay. And how much of it were you using, or do you remember?
I don't really remember.
Okay. Have you ever used barbiturates?
No.
No. Not in the past 12 months, not ever?
No.
Okay. Have you ever used heroin or opium? No, not in the past 12 months, not ever?
No.
Okay. Have you ever used prescription opioids? No? In the past 12 months or ever? No? Okay. Have you ever used over-the-counter codeine preparations?
What would like that be?
Just any like prescription medication that you'd be
So like Advil?
yeah, so Advil or Tylenol, but like, you know, over the normal amount,
Oh, okay.
overusing it for pain or something.
No.
Okay. Have you ever used hallucinogens like peyote or mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah? In the past 12 months?
Yeah, but like within like the last 90 days, I would think only like just 2 times.
Twice in the past
Yeah,
90
me
days?
and my girlfriend usually do them sometimes, but I don't like how they make me feel. They make me feel really moody, which I really don't like.
I see. So kind of like a down feeling, I guess.
Yeah, like in a slump.
All right, and when was the last time that you used
A couple days
hallucinogens?
ago.
Okay. And how much would you say you're using at each time that you're taking it?
Well, I guess like there's not like a set amount I use, but when me and my girlfriend take it, we usually split, so I would say around 3 grams.
Okay. When was the first time that you used hallucinogens?
I would say like, I guess my first time was in high school, but then I stopped, and then I continued when I started meeting my girlfriend again.
Was there any reason for the abstinence?
I'm not really a big fan of mushrooms. So
Just not a huge fan of how they're making you feel.
No.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever used glue or other inhalants
No.
to obviously achieve some sort of feeling? Never, not in the past 12 months?
Nope.
Okay. Have you ever used tobacco?
Yes.
Okay. In the past 12 months?
Yeah.
Okay. And in the past 30, or sorry, how many times in the past 90 days?
Well, so I guess I mix my weed and my tobacco together to
Okay.
make like I guess a head rush feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say probably around like 10 times within the last 90 days.
Okay, so you're using it a lot less frequently than you're using weed in general.
Yes.
Like it's only sometimes that you're mixing it in.
It's more like, yeah.
I see. Okay, and how long since the last time that you used tobacco?
Like a few weeks ago, I'd say maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay. And how much do you say you're mixing in each time that you're using it?
I'm not sure because like sometimes I'll be like with my friend and he'll have loose tobacco around and we'll mix it in with our like bongs and stuff like that. So I never really know an exact amount of what I'm getting.
And do you use it in any other way other than mixing it in with your weed?
I used to smoke cigarettes and like vape, but I don't do that as often anymore. Like it was more so like again 5 years ago when I was in high school, so.
All right, so the cigarettes kind of have decreased in usage since high school. Okay. And is there any reason for that, or?
No, I think I was just not really wanting to do it anymore. I feel like there was like other alternatives for me
Right.
that I leaned more into rather than the nicotine and the tobacco.
For sure. All right, and have we missed any other psychoactive drugs that you've used?
No.
No? Okay. And how's that sounding for you? Everything's covered? You feel
Yeah,
like
I feel very, very comfortable with the
Okay.
questionnaire and the answers.
And do you have any questions at all about it?
No, I think I'm pretty good.
Awesome. So we're gonna go over this in a bit, all of our results and kind of what we can do with the answers afterwards.
Mhm.
But yeah, thank you so much for participating and being so
Thank you.
truthful and honest with me. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.